everyone. It is an honor to be with you. I want to say Happy Pride, San Francisco. This weekend, hundreds of thousands of people will gather to celebrate one of San Francisco's biggest and best weekends, culminating with the Pride Parade on Sunday. I want to recognize SF Pride Executive Director Suzanne Ford and the entire SF Pride team. This weekend would not happen without your leadership, and our city is grateful. Thank you, Suzanne. The LGBTQ plus community has helped define San Francisco for generations. Their courage and culture have made our city stronger and continue to shape the values we proudly stand for today. As we head into the weekend, all of the leaders up here know how important this weekend is, and we are ready. San Franciscans, we know how to host major events. We've welcomed Super Bowl 60, the World Cup, the NBA All-Star Game, and more. Every time our public safety teams have delivered. Pride will be no different, and our city is prepared. I would like to quickly acknowledge the disturbing video from this weekend of a car driving through Dolores Park. And I'd like to thank SFPD who acted quickly to make an arrest. I want to reassure San Franciscans that whether you are joining the Trans March on Friday, the Dyke March on Saturday, or walking down Market Street for Sunday's Pride Parade during celebrations, our city, your safety is our top priority. Months of planning and coordination have gone into making this weekend safe and successful and fun. Our police officers, sheriff's deputies, and other public safety partners will be deployed across the city this weekend. Chief Liu will share more about those efforts and how attendees can do their part this weekend. My message is simple. Look out for one another. Report anything concerning and know that every first responder, city worker, and volunteer has one goal: to help everyone celebrate safely. I want to thank our public safety leaders, SFPD Chief Derek Liu, Sheriff Paul Miyamoto, Fire Chief Dean Crispin, District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, Department of Emergency Management Executive Director Mary Ellen Carroll, the SFPD LGBTQ+ Advisory Forum, and the SFPD Pride Alliance. I want to thank you all for your partnership and commitment to making this weekend safe for everyone. San Francisco is ready. Happy Pride, and let's go San Francisco. And now I'd like to introduce our Chief of Police, Derek Liu.
Good afternoon. This weekend, San Francisco hosts the annual Pride Parade and celebration, one of the largest LGBTQ+ gatherings in the world, and one of the things this city does better than almost anywhere else on Earth. These events are a part of San Francisco's rich cultural history and identity. And the San Francisco Police Department takes our role in protecting those who come here from near and far to celebrate, march, or simply watch very seriously. As always, we're excited to showcase San Francisco in our long-standing status as a safe haven for members of the LGBTQ+ community. I want to take this opportunity to recognize and acknowledge all the LGBTQ+ members of our department. I also want to thank members of our Pride Alliance for joining today. These officers have been instrumental in building trust and lasting partnerships with our LGBTQ+ community. You will see many of our officers, including me, wearing pride patches that support our LGBTQ+ community and highlight our commitment to inclusiveness. This program was started in 2019 by our Pride Alliance. This year, funds from the project will go to Open House, a nonprofit that provides housing and community programs for LGBTQ+ elders. A big thank you to Officer Kathleen McKiernan, the president of the Pride Alliance, for her work and commitment to this important program. I also want to acknowledge Captain Chris Delgandio, who is here with us today. Captain Delgandio is not only the commanding officer of Central Station, one of our department's most demanding assignments, but he also leads the SFPD's LGBTQ+ Advisory Forum and is one of our highest-ranking LGBTQ+ members. This forum melds members of the SFPD and the community and has been an invaluable partner in public safety in San Francisco. While we will be highlighting our values as a welcoming city this weekend, we also have an opportunity to show everyone that San Francisco is a safe city and amongst the safest in America. I want to thank Mayor Lurie, our San Francisco Public Safety team with us today, and our other partners who we've been working closely with over the past months to ensure this weekend is safe and fun for all. And while this is a big lift for law enforcement, rest assured, for decades, the SFPD has hosted this event and other major public safety events across the city. Just like any large gathering of this type, public safety is our #1 priority, and everyone should know that we are ready. Leading up to this weekend, we've been planning and coordinating as a department and with our city, state, and federal public safety partners to ensure this is a safe and enjoyable event for all. We have a full staffing plan, and we will have officers at all district stations and specialized units fanned out along the parade route and in every corner of the city, ready to respond to any issues that may arise. And while our officers work to ensure we're all safe, we also need the public to do their part. Look out for one another. Keep an eye out for your friends and loved ones, and stay alert to your surroundings. Be mindful of your personal possessions like your wallet, purse, and cell phones. Drink responsibly so you're not a target, and don't accept drinks from strangers. As always, do not drink and drive. We have world-class public transportation, taxis, or rideshare services to choose from. There's no excuse. If you see something suspicious, please let us know. In closing, I want to remind everyone to stay safe and to have fun. This is a tremendous event for our city, and the SFPD will be here to ensure everyone is safe. Happy Pride. I'd like to now introduce Sheriff Miyamoto for remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. San Francisco has always been a city where people can be exactly who they are. During Pride Weekend, we ask everyone to celebrate responsibly, keeping an eye on your friends, having a plan for how you're getting home, and being respectful to our local businesses. Chief Liu mentioned the public transportation, the world-class public transportation that we have. The one mode of transportation we want to make sure all of you avoid this weekend is the party buses that the Sheriff's Department will have out there. One more piece of advice. Strut like you're on a runway. Celebrate like you're among family. And remember that public safety is here so that the only thing that we have to get carried away this weekend is the glitter on the ground when we're done. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce District Attorney Brooke Jenkins.
Well, that's a tough act to follow, but no, happy Pride, everyone. I am honored to be here once again because this is one of the most joyous weekends in San Francisco every year. It's one of the main parades that I look forward to participating in each and every year because we know that San Francisco shows up and it shows out for Pride. But what we also know, who are in law enforcement, that in the past, this has often been a trying weekend when it comes to street crime. And so I echo the sentiments of our police chief and our sheriff. Please make sure to be vigilant, look out for each other, protect your belongings, make sure that you drink responsibly, and most of all, report to the police or any law enforcement agent that you see out on the street if there is something suspicious that you believe they should be aware of. This is also a time, yes, for zero tolerance for such street crime, but I also want to bring up another important topic, which is hate crimes. This has been a trying time for our LGBTQ plus community in our country. And just last week, I announced charges in a hate crime that was targeted towards our LGBTQ plus community in the Castro. And so I want to remind anyone thinking of coming to our Pride festivities with the intent to commit any harm towards our family and our community members that there will be accountability if anything like that happens here. And so while as much as we want to be joyous, we also have to take this occasion very seriously, and I take my job seriously to protect San Francisco. And so let's make sure that we go out and we have fun, and again, please be reassured that we in law enforcement will do everything that we need to keep each and every one of you safe. At this time, I will then now bring up Fire Chief Dean Crispin.
Good afternoon. I'd first like to thank Mayor Lurie and all of our public safety partners for their collaboration and communication leading up to this exciting weekend. I would specifically like to thank Assistant Deputy Chief Erica Brown of our Homeland Security team for her efforts in making sure the San Francisco Fire Department is fully staffed and prepared. As we enter Pride Weekend, the San Francisco Fire Department stands proudly with our LGBTQ+ community in celebrating a tradition deeply woven into the fabric of our city. Pride is a powerful reminder of the resilience, diversity, and unity that makes San Francisco extraordinary. Our units will be fully staffed throughout the weekend to ensure that residents, visitors, and participants can celebrate safely. We are coordinating closely with city partners to support all scheduled events, parades, and gatherings. While we expect large crowds, our commitment to public safety remains constant, and our teams are prepared to respond quickly and effectively wherever needed. During the Pride Parade, the SFFD will provide chief officers to staff operations positions at all emergency operations centers and command posts. We will also provide medical services along the route at fixed and mobile locations. Please approach and notify one of our uniformed members or other public safety officials should you see anything unusual or potentially dangerous. If you see something, say something. Please know that the San Francisco Fire Department will be fully staffed to respond to emergencies throughout the rest of the city all weekend. We ask everyone joining the celebrations to stay aware of their surroundings, look out for one another, and follow event safety guidance. Simple steps: staying hydrated, reporting unsafe conditions, and keeping pathways clear for emergency responders. Help us keep the weekend safe for all. On behalf of the San Francisco Fire Department, I wish everyone a joyful, safe, and affirming Pride Weekend. We are honored to serve this city and stand with all who promote equality, inclusion, and respect. And with that, I would bring to the stage Director of the Department of Emergency Management, Mary Ellen Carroll.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chief Crispin. Thank you, Mayor Lurie, and all of our partners up here. Pride is one of the most meaningful times of the year to be in San Francisco, and this year we're also proud because we have visitors from all over the world who are here for World Cup, so we really get to show off. We're prepared for a safe and very joyful weekend. On Sunday, the Department of Emergency Management will operate the Emergency Operations Center for the parade. We'll have staffing from all of our public safety and infrastructure partners, and we will also be monitoring marches on Friday and Saturday at Dolores Park and throughout the city. From the EOC, we monitor 911 volume calls, EMS, hospital capacity, and police and fire resources. We coordinate across city agencies and centralize public information so the city speaks with one clear voice. So speaking of public information, as always, I would like to ask everyone, if you're not already signed up for Alert SF, that you should do so. You can text Pride SF to 888-777 and get critical information that will come from some of our partners to keep everyone safe. I just want to reiterate, the simplest things will help us to take care of the more complicated things that happen. So have fun, look out for each other, and stay hydrated. Thank you. And it is my pleasure, last but not least, to introduce the executive director of this whole thing, SF Pride, Suzanne Ford.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Lurie. Thank you to all the chiefs behind me, district attorney, everyone that's been involved in coordinating this event this weekend. Happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride. Okay, that's where you're all supposed to smile and say Happy Pride. Okay. I'm so honored to live in a city that has a team of people behind me like I do here today, planning a Pride together for this community, for the nation, and for the world. We want everyone to be able to come to San Francisco, and I think we all have the responsibility of demonstrating that we can all work together to make sure that the LGBTQ community is centered for this weekend. I would like to thank my staff, Chris, and all of my 4 other great people, all the contractors, Silverback Productions. You can't believe all the hundreds of people that are working right now to make sure that we have this event. I'd like to just run down what's going to happen from here on out as far as events. On Thursday, tomorrow morning, starting at 10 a.m., we will have the Human Rights Conference, and it will be at the Commonwealth Club, and that will go all day long. We will have a block party tomorrow night at Yerba Buena District and a watch party for the FIFA. And then Saturday morning at 10 a.m., we're going to have the first ever, we're having a political march, not the parade, but a march down the same course. And that is the Trans Ally March, Indivisible SF, along with us, the People's March, the Dyke March, and the Dykes on Bikes will be leading that march. We will have our 2-day street fair at the Civic Center. Sunday morning, I hope there are 1 million people down Market Street for the parade. And then Sunday afternoon, we will also have an event at the Asian Art Museum. You can go to sfpride.org. You can still buy tickets for those events. And you can also hit the donate button. But again, I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much to the city of San Francisco, and thank you, Mayor Lurie.
Thank you, Suzanne. Questions? Okay.
Your predecessor and the current captain of the mission station have told me in the past that the data doesn't support having nighttime patrols like foot patrols into Castro. But in recent weeks, we've seen a number of disturbing incidences like the hate crimes, the alleged hate crimes that Sophia mentioned, and also allegedly, it took several hours for police to respond to an incident at a nightclub where someone was being threatening. So I wanted to ask, what would cause you to reconsider those earlier decisions?
Well, I can just say that we're always assessing our resources, how we deploy them, and I can't speak specifically to the incidents that you're referencing, but we're always monitoring and we're talking about how we can best deploy our resources. So we're not fixed in the way that we do things, and if there's an issue that we think needs addressing, we'll be talking about it.
Okay, do you think you could reconsider and look into it again at some point?
Yeah, like I said, we're always in a state of improving our deployments, but balancing that against what our resources are. So the answer is yes.
I have a question for the chief.
Go. I'm not offended.
Sorry.
So we had the problem with the license plate readers data breach that it's unrelated to this, but many people in these events are afraid of documented to call 911. They've always been fearful of having their data or the status, leaked or whatever. Can you just reiterate that it's safe to call 911 if you see something that you don't ask for immigration status and that you don't share with immigration, federal officials, or ICE?
Yeah. So I think that's a two-part answer here. So number one, unequivocally, we do not cooperate with any sort of immigration agency at all. There's state, city law, our own ordinances, our own rules and regulations. That is not in our DNA whatsoever. So please continue to call 911. We don't cooperate as far as immigration enforcement is concerned. As far as license plate reader concerns, yeah, as soon as we figured out that there was potentially an inappropriate access, we shut that off. It continues to be shut off. It's a very important tool to this city that constantly contributes to public safety overall, and so we want to protect that, and we want people to know that we're using it in the right way.
There's kind of been a series of things that have happened over the last few weeks. There's the DA that had filed charges against this guy for hate crimes. This is just last week when those charges filed. This weekend, knuckleheads driving through Dolores Park, and apparently there's video of them driving through Castro as well, acting kind of weird. And then there's this controversy around the San Francisco Giants and the scripture on their caps. Can you talk a little bit about some of those concerns, and should people be on guard, or is it, people are kind of concerned about what's happening in the city at the moment?
Yeah, listen, as you can see by the men and women behind me who are so incredibly focused on public safety and making sure that Pride comes off safely, Suzanne Ford's leadership in bringing people together is another great example. We live in a big city, and we're going to have people that do things that are not legal, and we are going to find them and we're going to arrest them, like we did with that person that drove through Dolores Park. On the San Francisco Giants issue, when you put on that uniform, you represent not only the Giants organization, but you represent the city of San Francisco. And the LGBTQ plus community is a critical part of our city. And I have to say the Giants have led the way for decades in making sure that the LGBTQ community was part and parcel of that team. And what I want to see now is them recommit to the LGBTQ community. And I think you will see that in the coming days. But you brought up a couple of instances of your words, not mine, of knuckleheads. I see great things from the people of San Francisco every single day. I see people coming in from different countries to celebrate the greatest city in the world in San Francisco. Our values have been on full display during this Pride Month. We had a Pride flag raising at City Hall. That it was incredible, and the spirit when you're walking through this city is on full display, and you're going to see it again this weekend. The greatness of our city always outshines those few that make it about themselves. We're up here to make sure that everybody has a great weekend, has a fun weekend, and that our LGBTQ plus community is lifted up and front and center this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it.
Another follow-up question for you is, when you're talking about the Pride Night, there's obviously been a lot of controversy that has come out since. Yesterday, Mustard Posey, he had a lot of questions from reporters, and a lot of people felt that a lot of questions still remain, that it was kind of just a doubling down on the blanket statement made by the Giants organization. Do you think it made things worse for those who are concerned about it as we go into Pride? And also, have you reached out to the Giants about trying to offer your support?
Yeah, I've been in touch with a few leaders in the Giants organization, and I understand that they have been in touch with leaders of the LGBTQ plus community, and that is good to hear. That is a good first step. And what I would like to hear from them and from the front office is that they recommit to the LGBTQ plus community. As I said before, when you put on that jersey, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing a storied franchise in the greatest city in the world. And what makes our city so incredible is the diversity and is our LGBTQ plus community. And so I am very hopeful that they will recommit to the LGBTQ plus community. And once again, they have been doing this for decades and decades. And so I know there's a lot of people out there that want to say they need to do this or they need to do that. I believe that this is a moment of education in our city, and we can heal and we can bring people together. I've said this before. We were all up for the Pink Triangle event, which is it was an education event. It is what has happened in the past we don't want to see happen again in the future. And so when events like this happen, I think it's an opportunity for us to educate people here in San Francisco. We still need to educate people about the importance and the vibrancy and the critical nature the LGBTQ plus community plays in our city, and has and will continue to.
Comments are not a lot of education. Do you think when you say recommitment, what does that look like?
Yeah, I think that's up for the Giants to do it. And like I said, I think I've heard from them that they are in talks with leaders of the LGBTQ plus community. I also think they should be in talks with the members of and leaders from the faith community as well. I think, there's a lot of divisiveness in this country. Here in San Francisco, what we are trying to practice is bringing people together, and I'm hopeful that the Giants will lead on that in the days ahead.
Okay.
I have one
Thanks,
question
folks.
for Suzanne,
Yeah, I mean,
if possible.
Yeah.
Just didn't hear much about the theme. I know that it means a lot. Every year has a lot of background behind it. So what does resilience in action mean to you guys?
Before we get to that, I would say I'm one of the leaders that has spoken to the Giants too, to register the hurt in the community. And we are waiting to hear from them concrete ways that they're going to address that. I haven't heard that yet, but we're waiting. And we did ask also if we could speak to the players. And that's one thing I never see happen in these situations, is where leaders, especially trans people, get to speak to the players. It doesn't happen. So we're pushing for that, and I'm waiting to hear. Just what I just said, resistance in action is the theme this year, and speaking to the Giants is one of those actions. Protesting when Phil's Coffee was going to take out the rainbow flags, that is another example of resistance in action. San Francisco Pride is not just an organization that throws a parade. We also represent the interests of the LGBTQ community. All those events I just listed for you are concrete ways where people can not just sit at home and say, this is intolerable, the situation that we're facing in this country, but you can come out, be in community, and actually do something. So come out, march with the community, come to the Human Rights Summit, but there are concrete ways that you can do something. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you all very much.